There are many questions in the murder of Gwen Greenblatt, but few answers, at least from Gwen's estranged husband, Matt.
You talked to Matt? Everything was fine, peachy. No problems, they're in love. They were gonna be together forever.
But now, cops claim Matt doesn't seem to be that invested in finding Gwen's killer.
A funny thing about Matt is that after we talked to him on that day, and maybe one day after, we never heard from Matt again unless we approached him.
But detectives say the physical evidence keeps mounting. Hours after the murder, police dust Matt's hands for gunpowder. The result? Positive for the presence of gunshot residue.
At that point, I believe that he decided not to cooperate anymore, because we knew we were looking at him.
Then there's a stubbed-out cigarette. It's got Matt Greenblatt's DNA all over it.
We query Matt on a couple of occasions. When was the last time you were there, Matt? I mean, why is a cigarette butt ground out by the front door in an apartment complex that takes pride in policing the grounds?
But there's one piece of evidence that has investigators really stumped. Another cigarette butt found still burning on a fire alarm.
When the first responders get there, it's still smoking. It's still lit.
Meaning whoever was smoking it was there at the time of Gwen's murder. But here's why cops are puzzled. DNA found on this one doesn't match Matt Greenblatt.
And it's what they call single source DNA. In other words, one person was smoking that cigarette. We don't know who it is.
It begs the question, did Matt Greenblatt have an accomplice that night? Or did someone else kill Gwen? Are cops looking at the wrong guy?
We said, if we find the owner of the DNA on the cigarette butt, we'll solve the murder. And you know what? We did find the owner, and we found it several years later, and that person is Richard Engel.
Richard Engel convicted of federal mail fraud charges. When he's arrested, his DNA is sampled, and it matches the DNA on the smoldering cigarette.
Who's Richard Engel?
I wish I knew better. I know he was at my sister's place the day she was murdered. I know he was with Matt Greenblatt. I know they were together.
Detectives Frazier and Sam pay a friendly visit to Engel in prison.
It's a murder investigation. Oh, yeah, excuse me. Yeah, it's okay.
They show him a photo lineup that includes Matt Greenblatt.
Don't know any of those guys.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Zero.
Zero.
They show him photos of the apartment.
I used to deliver pizza.
Yeah.
A lot of those complexes all look the same.
Now listen in as the officers grill Engel about that cigarette found outside Gwen's apartment.
Okay, I want to show you this right here. All right? That's a color photograph, right? What do you think that is? What's that look like?
Cigarette?
Yep. Guess whose DNA is on that cigarette? Yours.
I wouldn't know how. The only way I could think is that it's got to be wrong, because I was never in that area.
Engel stammers out excuses, but detectives aren't buying them.
I don't understand how that cigarette would even get there, and I don't know how it would have my DNA on it, and even if I was smoking a cigarette, I wouldn't be dumb enough, I don't think, to even put it on top of a fire thing.
What you're saying is the science has got to be somehow wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, as a man of my word and a man of God, you got the wrong guy, because it's not me, because I wouldn't do it.
So what you're telling me, sir, is emphatically that's not your DNA?
Yes.
You are?
Yes.
And all he tells us, and it gets to the point where it becomes just nauseous, is that's not my DNA. Not my DNA, not me, I wasn't there.
Finally, Detective Frazier's had enough.
You don't believe me?
Absolutely not. You're lying. You have created a scenario. Now you've created the hunt. And you know who I am? I'm the lion. And you know who you are? You're the bunny rabbit.
You think he's lying?
Absolutely, I think. I know he's lying because I have his DNA there. I don't think he's lying.
He's lying.
I know he's lying.
Engel won't crack, and without linking him to Greenblatt, investigators are missing a vital connection.
We say now the next job we have is we have to link these two guys together. We hope that someone knows those guys and can tell us when they saw Matthew Greenblatt and Richard Engel together.
Engel has since been released from prison. He continues to deny his involvement. But we wanted to ask him face-to-face why police say his DNA is on that smoldering cigarette. So our Andrea Isom went looking for him to get answers.
Excuse me, sir. Do you know a gentleman by the name of Richard Engel?
Andrea never saw Engel and was told to leave. Matt Greenblatt is now a rising star in the world of sport fishing and a featured celebrity on the website Fishing League Worldwide. We tried reaching Matt by phone.
My name's Andrea Isom, and I am with a show called Crime Watch Daily.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm on the water right now. I can't hear you.
We paid several visits to Matt at home.
We just have a couple of questions. Do you know who murdered Gwen? Well, our private investigator spotted him yesterday. He walked out of the house for maybe 30 seconds or so. He had some kind of fishing gear with him.
When our Crime Watch Daily cameras finally did catch up with Greenblatt,
Hey, Matt, can I talk to you for a few seconds?
he cries lawyer and clams up.
With all due respect,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have no comment without my lawyer present.
But can you talk about it a little at all? Are you still in communication with the police about it?
For now, Matt Greenblatt is keeping his distance, but investigators are right on his tail.
Is Matt a suspect in the murder of his wife, Gwen?
He certainly is.
Richard?
Absolutely. I mean, why wouldn't they be? You know? Of course they are.
To Gwen, you say what to your friend?
I say thank you for being the best friend anyone could have. And I'm sorry you had to go the way that